breaking news with your host Ismail. A man was shot in the head at Hollywood and Highline, the popular tourist spot along the famous Walk of Fame. The two suspects got away after the shooting and the victim rushed to the hospital. Tourist Central in Hollywood, the home of the Oscars, became the scene of the gun violence this Friday evening. A man was shot in the head tonight, but he expected to survive and now listed in stable condition. According to police and witness information, a Good Samaritan became the victim of gunfire after trying to do the right thing. The LAPD says shortly after 7:30 Friday evening, a local man witnessed some kind of fight or argument between a couple, a man and a woman, and tried to intervene. That's when the man, who had been arguing with the woman, pulled out a gun and shot the bystander. He was shot in the head. The couple ran off in the thick of the crowded tourist destination known as Hollywood and Highland, also home of the recent Academy Awards. According to police, the shooting happened in the front of the Hard Rock Cafe, and the victim was able to walk to the nearby Capitol One Bank, where he apparently collapsed before police and paramedics arrived. Some street vendors say they know the victim, a local man 37 years old, who goes by the nickname Scooter. They describe him as kind and friendly.
We heard a gunshot. I was standing here with one of my friends that also sells CDs, and as soon as the gunshot happened, there was 20 or 30 people that scattered, and they ran. They were screaming, and it was a big deal. And he was bleeding out of his head. It was horrible.
Again, the victim is listed in stable condition tonight after being shot in the head. Police are still looking for the man and woman involved in the shooting. They are simply described as Hispanic in their 20s. Anyone with the information should contact the LAPD immediately. We move to the downtown Los Angeles. LA police mourning the loss of one of their own today after an off-duty LAPD officer was killed in a major crash along the 210 freeway in Glendora. Investigators say the officer slammed into the back of a semi-truck. It was stopped in lanes. The LAPD had a procession to honor the fallen officer as his remains were transported to the coroner's office. The LAPD headquarters in downtown Los Angeles, as well as City Hall across the street, are flying at half-staff tonight. The police department, city official community members are mourning the loss of the man who the police chief calls a peacemaker. A Los Angeles police officer was heading home from work early Saturday morning when something went terribly wrong on the freeway, costing him his life. He is identified as 38 years old Waldemar Sandoval of the LAPD's Central Division. Sandoval was traveling eastbound on the 210 freeway in Glendora near Grand Avenue around 2:30 a.m. An 18-wheeler had stopped for a crash ahead. And according to the California Highway Patrol, the driver of the tractor trailer turned on his hazard lights to warn other drivers. But for some reason, Sandoval plowed into the back of the big rig and was pronounced dead at the scene. In a show of solidarity and respect, fellow officers escorted the remains of their brother in blue from the crash scene to the coroner's office Saturday morning. Those participating in the procession were visibly shaken as Sandoval, his remains draped in an American flag, were taken out of the coroner's van.
At this point, the initial cause for the collision is still under investigation. However, it appears a rear end was involved.
Those are the news today. Good night.